In the late 19th century, the world looked very different from today. Roads were filled with horses, carriages, and carts. The idea that a machine could move without horses sounded almost impossible. At that time in Germany, a young inventor named Karl Benz was working day and night on a strange invention. It was a small three-wheeled machine powered by an engine. Unlike horse carriages, this machine could move on its own. Today we call it a car. But back then, people did not see it that way. Many people laughed at Karl Benz. Some people called the machine dangerous. Others said it was useless because horses had been used for hundreds of years. Even investors and businessmen refused to support him. Karl Benz slowly began losing confidence in his invention. But there was one person who believed in him more than anyone else: his wife, Bertha Benz. Bertha had supported her husband from the very beginning. In fact, when Karl Benz was struggling financially, she used her own money to support his work and help him continue building the automobile. She believed that the invention could change the future of transportation. But there was a big problem. People had never seen a car travel a long distance before. Without proof that the machine could travel far and work reliably, nobody would trust it. Bertha knew something had to be done. So one morning in 1888, she made a bold and risky decision. Without telling her husband, Bertha quietly took the automobile from their home. She woke up her two sons and asked them to come with her. Karl Benz was still asleep when they left. Bertha had a plan. She wanted to take the automobile on a long journey to prove to the world that it actually worked. Their destination was the town of Pforzheim, where Bertha's mother lived. The journey was more than 100 kilometers, a very long and dangerous distance for such an early machine. At that time, roads were not designed for cars. They were rough, dusty, and meant for horses and carts. As Bertha drove the automobile, people along the road stared in shock. Some had never seen such a machine before. Others were frightened by the loud sound of the engine. But the journey was not easy. Soon the automobile began to run out of fuel. There were no gas stations in the world yet, because cars did not exist. Bertha had to think quickly. She stopped at a pharmacy in the town of Wiesloch and bought a chemical called ligroin, which could be used as fuel for the engine. Because of this moment, that pharmacy later became known as the first gas station in history. But the problems continued. At one point, the brakes began to fail. Bertha stopped and visited a local shoemaker who helped add leather to the brakes, creating what many people consider the first brake lining ever used in a car. Later, the fuel pipe became blocked. Bertha used a simple hat pin to clean the pipe and fix the problem. Another time, an electrical wire broke. She used her garter to repair the insulation. Piece by piece, problem by problem, Bertha kept the machine moving. Her determination was incredible. After many hours of travel, Bertha and her sons finally arrived safely in Pforzheim. She sent a message to Karl Benz to tell him that the journey had been successful. News of the trip spread quickly across Germany. People were amazed. For the first time in history, an automobile had successfully completed a long journey. The public suddenly realized that Karl Benz's strange invention was not useless after all. It was revolutionary. Soon, people began paying attention to the automobile. Investors became interested, and the invention started gaining popularity. That brave journey helped launch the modern automobile industry. Today, millions of cars drive on roads all around the world. Modern transportation, road trips, highways, and car companies all exist partly because of that one courageous decision made in 1888. Many people remember Karl Benz as the inventor of the automobile. But history also remembers Bertha Benz as the woman who proved the invention could change the world. Without her courage, belief, and determination, the automobile might not have become what it is today. Sometimes the greatest inventions need someone brave enough to believe in them. And sometimes the person who changes history is not the inventor, but the one who believes in the dream.